One of Silksong's best bosses has some of the most disturbing backstory in the game. This is the lore of the Widow. Spoiler warning for the entire game. Alright, so we learned that many weavers led by the first sinner rebelled against Grandmother Silk. They trapped her in a deep sleep and eventually ran away from Farloom once they realized that she would eventually wake up. But seemingly not all weavers were a part of this rebellion. This is the Widow, who is a weaver working on behalf of Grandmother Silk to help in the haunting of Bellheart. It seems like the Widow was a first generation weaver because if you use the needle in, you get some dialogue that says, of the first, the last. So it seems like she is the last of that generation and is one that didn't flee Farloom. That being said, the disturbing part of this story is that the Widow's loyalty to Silk may not be of her own choosing. You see, the Weaver's mask has been forcefully removed and there are heavy pins lodged through her spine which limit her ability to use Silk. We know from Hollow Knight that a bug's mask is tied to its identity, and Hornet notes that binding the Silk with pins is an especially cruel punishment. One potential theory to explain this is that maybe the Widow was aligned with the rebels but decided not to flee. Maybe she decided to stand her ground despite the fact that Silk would wake up. Then as Silk began to regain her powers, the Widow was the first one in line to meet her vengeance. Silk could have bound and brainwashed the Widow, making her a loyal soldier against her will. So at the end of the day, maybe it's for the best that Hornet came along and released the Widow from Silk's control. Follow for more Silksong lore because